It's a beautiful day for a ball game, today. The fans are out to get a ticket or two. From Walla, Washington to Kalamazoo. It's a beautiful day for a home run, but even a triple's okay. We're gonna cheer and boo and raise a hullabaloo at the ball game today. Batter up, strike one. The game has just begun, and the home team's out to win. Strike two. And the pitch to Gypsy two. He just fastball pops right in. This is it. Strike three. And they're tearing up the chairs, but what the heck? Who cares? It's a beautiful day for a ball game.
The Mississippi River and the steamboats that once plied its waters laden with goods from the north and south turned St. Louis into one of the great cities of America. St. Louis in 1964 is celebrating the 200th anniversary of its founding, and the Cardinals dramatically climaxed that celebration by winning their first pennant in 18 years. It's a World Series for St. Louis, and everyone converges on Busch Stadium, the one-time stamping grounds of the Gas House Gang, of Dizzy Dean and Pepper Martin, of Joe Medwick and Johnny Mize, of Enos Slaughter and Stan Musial. And here again are the New York Yankees. They've been in 15 of the last 18 World Series. Ken Boyer, the Cardinal slugger, takes a few practice swings. Next in the batting cage is Curt Flood. Commissioner Ford Frick, supreme authority at the World Series, arrives early. Bill White and the Cardinals take their pregame warm-up. Manager Johnny Keane seems relaxed as he talks with reporters. Whitey Ford and Ray Sadecki, both left-handers, will be the starting pitchers. Manager Berra of the Yankees keeps busy before the game. Co-owner Dan Topping of the Yankees and his son Dan Jr. appear confident about the chances of the Bombers. Tension grows in the crowd as game time approaches. The umpires hold a conference on ground rules. The Marine Color Guard marches toward the flagpole, and the crowd comes to attention for the traditional flag-raising ceremonies. Sadecki, a 20-game winner this year, takes his final warm-up throws. All the Cardinals are ready and alert. Here comes Sadecki's pitch to Phil Inns, and the series is underway. Ken Boyer fumbles the ball, but recovers in plenty of time. Whitey Ford, baseball's winningest World Series pitcher with 10 victories, gets ready for another appearance. With runners on first and third and one out, Ken Boyer lifts a long fly to Mickey Mantle. And Lou Brock scores the game's first run for St. Louis. With Elston Howard on first base, Tom Tresh hits deep to left field in the second inning. It might be, it could be, it is a home run. It's the third home run in 3 World Series for Tom, and it gives the Yankees the lead as Howard and Tresh score. With Boyer on second, Whitey Ford hits safely for another run. As Clete Boyer tallies, and the Yankees are ahead 3-1. With 1 on and 2 out in the Yankee fourth, Lynn smashes the ball to Ken Boyer, who knocks it down behind third base on a fine play. Pounces on the ball and gets off a beautiful throw to first base. It's close, very close. But the umpire calls Lynn's out. Bill Linz and Coach Jim Gleason argue with the umpire. Manager Berra comes out of the dugout to add his voice to the protest. After the first half of the 6th inning, the Yankees lead 4-2. Mike Shannon comes up in the Cardinals' 6th inning with 1 man out and Ken Boyer on second base. Shannon takes a pitch while Berra paces the dugout. Shannon rips into the next one. Boyer takes a look at it, and so does Pepitone. It's a tremendous blast. A home run that sails over the bleachers and above the scoreboard. St. Louis fans go wild as Boyer and Shannon cross the plate, and the score is tied at 4-4. Tim McCarver keeps the Cardinal rally rolling with a drive to right center. The ball bounces off the wall, and McCarver digs for second, pulls up with a double. Yogi Berra goes to the mound. And here comes Downing, the fast-balling lefty. Berra huddles briefly with his new pitcher. With two away, Carl Warwick pinch hits for Ray Sadecki. Downing checks the runner, pitches, and Warwick pulls the ball toward left field. Linz makes a desperate dive. But the ball goes through for a hit. And McCarver comes sliding in with the lead run as Warwick goes into second. Downing now faces Curt Flood. And the little center fielder drives the ball deep to left field. Tom Tresh starts backing up for the ball, but he seems uncertain on the play. At the last split second, Tresh turns, but he has lost the ball. And as it bounces off the wall, Julian Javier, running for Warwick, comes around to score. The speedy Flood hot-puts it to third with a triple, and the Cardinals lead 6-4. A Yankee run in the eighth reduces the Cardinals' lead to 6-5. Pete Nicholson comes in to pitch the last of the eighth for the Yankees. With 2 men on and 2 out, Nicholson fires the ball, and Flood singles the left field. On the hit, Mike Shannon scores easily from second base. Lou Brock picks on the next pitch, wraps a double into the left field corner. That scores pinch runner Jerry Buchek and Curt Flood. And the pressure on the Cardinals is eased considerably as they extend their lead to 9-5. Barney Schultz has retired Elston Howard and Clete Boyer to start the Yankee ninth. Now, Joe Pepitone is the last New York hope. Joe flies out to Curt Flood in center field, and it's all over. The Cardinals win 9-5 as the crowd goes wild and the fans swarm onto the field, while Schultz, the relief star, and the rest of the Cardinals head for the dugout. It's a big win for the Cardinals, who grab an early lead in the series. It's warm-up time for the second game of the series. That includes Shannon and McCarver, heroes of the opener. Mickey Mantle always is an attraction, even in the batting cage. Elston Howard, the star Yankee catcher, loosens up. The Boyer brothers, Ken and Clete, two of baseball's finest third basemen, have a brief reunion. Brilliant rookie Mel Stottlemyre and 19-game winner Bob Gibson will be the starters. Co-owner Del Webb and general manager Ralph Houck of the Yankees talk it over. Another capacity crowd jams Busch Stadium as the St. Louis Cardinals take the field. Rabid bleacher fans are confident of a second straight St. Louis victory. Bob Gibson, who walked Phil Linz to start the game, now takes his time getting ready, while Coach Frank Rossetti paces around at third base. Bobby Richardson is up, and he takes a third strike. Home run slugging Roger Maris is the next batter, and he also strikes out. Now it's Mantle at the plate, and Gibson blows one past him to strike out the side, and the St. Louis fans love it. In the second inning, Gibson fans Elston Howard, to make it 4 strikeouts in a row. The rangy fastballer is in magnificent form. In the Cardinals' third inning, Shannon is on third base with 1 out. When Stottlemyre pitches to Flood, Kurt grounds out to the shortstop, and Shannon scores the first run of the ball game. With the score tied 1-1, Mantle opens the 6th inning with a walk. Howard drills Gibson's next pitch for a low liner toward center. But nope, it doesn't go through. Darryl Maxfield spears it with a miraculous diving catch. And Mantle quickly scampers back to first. Joe Pepitone is hit on the hip by a Gibson pitch, but seems to stray too far inside. But Gibson and McCarver don't believe it. They argue heatedly with umpire Bill McKinley. Manager Keene also joins in the protest. Dick Grote and Bill White finally get Gibson calmed down. Mantle is now in scoring position at second. On the next pitch by the ruffled Gibson, Tom Tresh singles to center. Mantle scores. The Yankees lead 2-1. In the Yankees' 7th, Richardson gets a broken bat blooper to center, scoring Linz from third. The Yankees make it 4-1 when Bobby also scores before the crowd takes the traditional 7th-inning stretch. In the Cardinals' 7th, Tim McCarver drives the ball to deep right center. But here comes Maris. And he makes a wonderful all-out reaching catch near the wall. It averts possible trouble for Stottlemyre because it looked like a hit all the way. At the end of the 8th, the Yankees lead 4-2. Barney Schultz, who saved the opener, is back for a second relief appearance. Schultz floats one of his knucklers to the plate, and Phil Linz ties into the ball. Brock races back, but it's in the bleachers for a home run. The third hit of the day for Linz, who has replaced the injured Tony Kubek at shortstop for the series. Roger Maris slaps another Schultz knuckler for a single to center to keep the rally rolling. Before the inning is over, the Yankees have added 4 runs to build up an 8-2 margin. Now it's up to Mel Stottlemyre, the brilliant youngster who won 9 games for the Yankees after being called up from the minors on August the 11th. Dick Grote opens the Cardinal 9th inning with a hard drive down the right field line that gets past Hector Lopez and bounces off the wall. Grote sprints around to third with a triple. Stottlemyre's next pitch is wrapped to center for a single by McCarver, and Grote scores. The rookie retires the next 2 men and now faces pinch hitter Charlie James. Stottlemyre, though only an out away from victory, is in no hurry. He finally pitches. James strikes out, and the Yankees win 8-3, evening the series at a victory apiece. The Yankees congratulate Stottlemyre, a World Series winner after only 2 months in the majors. When they were faltering in the pennant race, the rookie gave them the lift they needed. And now, he has done it for them again. And now the World Series shifts to New York, the city of awesome skyscrapers that seem to stretch unending as far as the eye can see. And Yankee Stadium must be included in this immensity of steel and mortar. New York fans never lose interest in the series. August Busch Jr., president of the St. Louis Cardinals, is indeed a happy man with his first National League pennant winner. Mr. Busch and his wife Trudy are out early to watch the Cardinals practice. Jim Bouton and Curt Simmons are the starting pitchers in the 3rd game. Rookie Mel Stottlemyre relaxes following his victory in Game 2. It's a perfect day, and the rippling flags look beautiful against the blue sky. A huge crowd of 67,101 fills the stands. Everyone is at attention as the color guard, representing all branches of the armed forces, is in center field for the flag-raising ceremonies. The game is scoreless going into the Yankees' second. Now Curt Simmons faces Elston Howard, and the Yankee catcher singles in the center field. With 2 out, Pepitone had walked. Simmons gets one over for Clete Boyer, who drives the ball into left field. It caroms around the curving wall for a double. And Howard scores with the first run of the game. As the Yankees take the field in the 5th inning, Boughton still is protecting a slim 1-0 edge. He pitches to McCarver, and Tim opens with a single to right. Mantle fumbles the ball, and McCarver dashes on to second base. Simmons, who has been pitching superbly, is at bat. Boughton pitches and knocks his cap off. Frequent occurrence with him. Simmons slashes the next pitch at Boyer. Clete dives for it. Can't hold on. The ball caroms away. And McCarver continues home with the run that ties the score at 1-1. Now it's the Cardinals' turn to try to hold off the Yankees in the bottom of the 9th. Barney Schultz, the veteran knuckleballer, makes his 3rd straight relief appearance of the series. And the first man Barney must face is the dangerous Mickey Mantle. The Cardinals watch intently while Mantle flexes his muscles with a few quick swings. Schultz turns loose his first knuckler. Mantle tears into it with a terrific cut. Shannon races to the fence, but it's a futile gesture. A tape measure blast that crashes into the 3rd deck in right field. What a wallop. This is the fantastic sort of moonshot that sets Mickey Mantle apart among sluggers. It also shatters Babe Ruth's record for most World Series homers, number 16 for the great Yankees switch hitter. A home run not only wins the game for the Yankees 2-1, it gives them a 2-1 lead in the series. Mickey Mantle, whose tremendous homer won yesterday's thriller, relaxes during practice. And so does Jim Boughton, who fired a brilliant 6-hitter yesterday. It's Sunday in New York. Yankee Stadium is packed again. Ray Sadecki, who won 20 this year, will start for the Cardinals in an all-southpaw duel with Al Downing, who posted 13 victories for the Yankees. From any angle you view it, Yankee Stadium is filled with fans eagerly awaiting the action. It comes quickly in the Yankee 1st inning when Phil Linz leads off with a double to right field. With Linz on 3rd base after escaping a rundown on a pickoff play, Sadecki now faces Bobby Richardson. Bobby slashes the ball past Kenny Boyer. Just inside 3rd, into left field for a double, scoring Linz with the first run of the game. And the crowd comes alive. Sadecki takes a little pause to try to collect himself after this rough greeting. But Roger Maris follows with another hit, a single to right, and Richardson has to hold up at 3rd. Mickey Mantle, swinging from the right side, singles to right. Shannon fumbles the ball, and Mantle breaks to second. But Mike recovers quickly and throws him out. Meanwhile, Richardson scores. Roger Craig comes in from the bullpen as manager Keene decides to make a change. Obviously, this just wasn't Sadecki's day. He gave up 4 straight hits. Craig's first problem is Elston Howard, and the Yankee catcher singles to right for the 5th hit in a row as Maris scores, giving the Yankees a 3-0 lead. The fans thrilled with the sudden outburst. In the Yankees' second, Craig starts out by fanning Cletus Boyer. After Downing also strikes out, Roger Craig goes to work on Phil Linz. The shortstop takes a third one, and Craig is struck out the side. The Cardinals congratulate him on his dazzling pitching, but the score is unchanged. In the Cardinals' sixth inning, Carl Warwick pinch hits for pitcher Craig. Warwick, 2 for 2, delivers again. A single to left field for his third straight hit, tying an all-time World Series pinch-hitting record. Downing delivers to Flood, and the star outfielder drills a single to right field. Warwick stopping at second base. With 1 out and 2 on, Dick Grote hits towards second base. Richardson goes far to his right for a fine stop. But the ball seems stuck in his glove. He finally makes the toss, but Linz drops the ball, and Flood is safe at second base. Now let's take another long look at this play by freezing the action at 3 different points. Richardson is having trouble extricating the ball from the webbing of his glove. Linz never really has possession of the ball, which here is visible right at Richardson's left knee. The action reveals the result of the violent activity that frequently occurs at second base. Now with Dick Grote on first base, Flood on second base, and Warwick on third, Elston Howard goes out for a talk with Downing. It's a rough spot with the next hitter being Ken Boyer. Boyer calmly looks at a pitch. The Yankees are on their toes as Downing tries a changeup. Boyer smashes it deep to left field. It might be out of here. It could be. It is a home run. A grand slam that's fair by only 5 or 6 feet. Warwick, Flood, and Grote cross the plate ahead of Boyer, and the Cardinals take a 4-3 lead. Ken Boyer, joyously saluted by his mates, is only the 9th player in history to hit a Grand Slam homer in World Series competition. 6 of them have been Yankees. Ron Taylor, who replaced Craig, warms up for the Yankee 8th, with St. Louis still leading 4-3. Grote is all set at short. Taylor winds, pitches, and Maris hits sharply through the middle. Ron barely deflects the ball, and it looks like it's through there. No, it isn't. Grote makes a sensational stop, regains its balance, gets off a perfect throw to nip Maris at first base. What a play. That's the sort of thrill that keeps baseball first in popularity. Elston Howard presents another threat. He takes a vicious cut but strikes out. And the Cardinals still have their 4-3 edge. In the Yankee 9th, Clete Boyer's the last New York hope. Taylor lets fly with a pitch. Boyer checks his swing, but the ball rolls to Bill White for the final out. The Cardinals win it 4-3, tie the series at 2-all. Taylor is acclaimed for his fine relief pitching, but he shares the heroics with winner Roger Craig, who is just as spectacular in relief, and Ken Boyer, who walloped that Grand Slam home run. Warren Giles, president of the National League, presents a portrait of pride and confidence. Roger Craig and Ken Boyer, heroes of the 4th game, still are enjoying it. Another key man in the big triumph, reliever Ron Taylor. The series lead is at stake. With the game still scoreless in the Yankee 4th, Bob Gibson blazes a fastball past hard-swinging Mickey Mantle. With 2 out, Gibson, with tremendous stuff at this point, also strikes out Joe Pepitone. He is congratulated by his mates as the game continues in the scoreless deadlock. With 1 out in the Cardinal 5th, Gibson lifts a sharp fly to left. Tresh comes racing in and makes a desperate try for the ball, but doesn't quite reach it. And somebody's a little unhappy. Stottlemyre pitches to Flood. Kurt hits a ground ball toward Richardson. Bobby gets in position for the ball. Suddenly a bad hop. Off the heel of his glove, off his chest. Both runners are safe. Stottlemyre is in a jam with Brock up and Gibson on second. Mel pitches. Brock cracks a single to right field. Gibson sprinting home with the first run. Before the inning is over, the Cardinals have added another run and lead 2-0. Bob Gibson still has that 2-0 lead in the ninth. With Mantle on first and one out, Gibson makes a great play on Pepitone's smash. A miraculous throw, very, very close. He's out. Pepitone rushes umpire Al Smith, and so does coach Jim Gleason. Manager Berra joins the argument. He pushes Pepitone away to keep Joe out of further trouble. Mantle takes a lead off second base as Gibson pitches to Tresh. And Tom drives the ball deep to right center. It's a home run into the bleachers beyond the scoreboard. That ties the score at 2-2 as Mickey Mantle scores. And then Tresh, who's met by the welcoming hand clasp of his mates. And when he reaches the dugout, there are more Yankees to congratulate him on his game-tying wallop. In the 10th inning, with Bill White on third base and Dick Grote on first base and one out, Nicholson pitches to McCarver, and Tim takes a vicious cut. It's a long one, way back. Mantle heading for the stands and might be out of there. It is a home run. And the Cardinals jump ahead 5-2 as 3 runners score. The homer was his third hit of the game, his 8th of the series, sending his average soaring to .471. With a runner on and 2 out in the Yankee 10th, Bob Gibson pitches to Maris. Roger lifts a foul behind third. Boyer makes a spectacular catch right over the head of National League President Warren Giles. The Cardinals win a dramatic 5-2 victory that gives them a 3-2 edge in the series. They swarm around Ken Boyer and then Gibson, with a jubilant youngster also giving a hug to the pitcher. The World Series scene shifts back to St. Louis for the 6th game. This is Stan Musial, greatest Cardinal of them all, now a club executive. McCarver and Gibson, who put St. Louis out in front in the series, are mighty happy. Today's starting pitchers, Curt Simmons and Jim Bouton, pose for the photographers. St. Louis fans apparently confident their Cardinals will end the series today, jam Busch Stadium. The veteran Curt Simmons is all business as he heads for the mound. With 1 on and 1 out in the first inning, Maris strikes out on a sharp curveball. Simmons throws another curve, and Mantle fans as the ball breaks away from him. With the Cardinals leading 1-0 in the 4th, Jim Bouton cuts loose and whips a fastball past Ken Boyer. Both Maris and Clete Boyer staying alert. Shannon takes a ripple at an overhanded curve and strikes out. In the 6th, Maris misses a fastball for strike 2. But Maris doesn't miss this one. A towering fly to right on the pavilion roof for a home run. Fair by only a foot or 2. It's the first run batted into the series for Maris. But this is a big one as it sends the Yankees ahead 2-1. With Mantle up, Flood gets ready. On Simmons' next pitch, Mantle pours all his power into his swing. And there it goes, over the roof in right center, as Shannon watches from below. It's the 17th World Series homer for Mantle, and the back-to-back wallops extend the Bomber margin to 3-1. St. Louis still trails 3-1 in the eighth as Barney Schultz makes his fourth relief appearance of the series. Phil Linz takes a half swing, pokes a single to left. With 2 men on base, Barney Schultz floats up another knuckleball, and Elston Howard smashes a single to center. The 6th hit of the series for the steady Yankee catcher. Linz scores. That's all for Schultz, and left-hander Gordon Richardson replaces him. Yogi Berra paces the dugout impatiently. First to greet Richardson is Joe Pepitone, and he drives one deep to right. It might be out of here. It could be. It is a grand slam home run. The second grand slam of the series, and this has happened only once before in World Series competition, when Yogi Berra and Bill Skowron hit bases-loaded homers for the Bombers in 1956. The Yankees now lead in the ballgame 8-1. Yankee pitchers warm up in the 9th as Bob Skinner comes up with 2 on and 1 out. Southpaw Steve Hamilton is called in to relieve Boughton, who pitched well for 8 1/3 innings. Hamilton pitches to Skinner. Bob cracks the ball through the middle for a single, and the Cardinals are still alive as Shannon scores. Next up is Curt Flood, and he grounds to short. Linz scoops up the ball, makes an underhanded toss to Bobby Richardson for a force out at second. Bobby pivoting quickly and in one motion fires the ball to first base. Flood is out. It's a double play. The Yankees win 8-3, force the series into a final 7th game for a decision. Obviously, the big difference today, the explosive home run slugging of the Bombers. President Joe Cronin of the American League is an early arrival for the decisive 7th game. Roger Maris, Mickey Mantle, and Joe Pepitone are the 3 Bombers who yesterday reasserted the tradition of Yankee power. Bobby Richardson, with 11 hits, is only 1 behind a series record. Bill White tries to get his stroke back. Starting pitchers Mel Stottlemyre and Bob Gibson both will work with only 2 days' rest. Managers Johnny Keane and Yogi Berra are ready for the final showdown battle. In the press box, 500 sports writers are waiting to describe the action to the world. The Cardinals dash onto the field. The capacity crowd is tense as it eagerly awaits the first play. And here it is. Ken Boyer throws out Phil Linz to start the ballgame. In the second inning, the Yankees have the bases loaded with 2 outs. But Gibson gets Stottlemyre on strike stand the threat. In the 4th, the Cardinals have 1 run in with Shannon on first and McCarver on third. Stottlemyre pitches, and there goes Shannon. He slides in safely. Here comes McCarver. He scores a double steal. Stottlemyre delivers again to Maxfield. Dow lines a single to right. Here's Mantle's throw to the plate. It's late. Shannon scores. In the Yankee 5th with 2 on and 1 out, Linz lifts a pop fly into short right. Shannon makes a dazzling catch of the ball. Fires on the run to Digroat. Doubles Tom Tresh off second base. The Cardinals are leading 3-0 in the 5th. Al Downing has succeeded Mel Stottlemyre on the mound. Lou Brock rips into Downing's first pitch. A tremendous drive and might be out of here. It could be. It is a home run. As Brock concludes his home run tour, Yogi Berra looks a bit shocked by the explosive Wallop. Lou, the speed boy with power, gets a big welcome from his mates. After Bill White singles, Ken Boyer keeps the rally rolling. It's a double, and St. Louis has 3 more runs and a 6-0 margin. In the Yankees' 6th inning with Richardson on second and Maris on first, activity in the Cardinal bullpen. Gibson, whose pitching style is reminiscent of Dizzy Dean, just keeps firing free and easy. Mantle belts a powerful drive to left center. It sails deep into the bleachers for an opposite field home run. Number 3 of the series. Number 18 overall for Mickey to expand the all-time record he already holds. The 3-run homer slashes the Cardinal lead to 6-3. It shakes Gibson up a little. In the Yankees' 7th, Bobby Richardson singles the center for his 13th hit, a new World Series record. But the score remains unchanged. In the Cardinals' 7th, Steve Hamilton retires the first 2, and then Kenny Boyer hits deep to left. In there for a home run. Cleat gets a playful nudge from his brother. Ken is the first Cardinal ever to hit 2 homers in a World Series. The solo shot extends the Cardinal margin to 7-3. Gibson faces Cleat Boyer in the Yankee 9th. On a 3-2 pitch, Cleat gets one down his alley. It might be out of here. It could be. It is a home run. Now it's Cleat's turn. He grins as he passes Ken. And proceeds to the Yankee dugout. The Cardinal bullpen gets busy. Gibson now pitches to fill in, and the Yankee shortstop hammers the ball solidly, too. It's going back. Lou Brock makes a valiant try for the ball, leaping high against the wall. It clears the left field bleacher wall, falls in for a home run. As Lynn circles the bases, the Yankees have taken on new life. They now trail only by 7-5. McCarver talks with Gibson, who still needs one more out, and the troublesome Bobby Richardson is up. But the weary Gibson reaches back for something extra. Richardson pops up. Down Maxville gathers it in. The Cardinals are the new world champions. Gibson, Boyer, and McCarver join in a big bear hug. Now it's one huge swirling mass of players and fans. Wild enthusiasm, which is a tribute to baseball's unflagging popularity. This is one day St. Louis will never forget. It was a stirring triumph by a Cardinal team reminiscent of the Gas House game. It had some of the speed of that colorful team of the 30s, some of the pitching, and all of its great heart and courage. And that, in the end, carried them through to baseball's highest honor, the World Championship.
And raise a hullabaloo, that's the ball game today.